Hail Satan once again, YouTube. This is the Batman, the Carnal Crusader speaking, and today I have another message I want to share about the Satanic. Excuse me, about the Satanic Bible. This book does not tell you to worship the devil. This tells you to worship yourself as your own God, and you're in control of your universe, your life, your universe, whatever you want to call it. And I don't get what the BS is about. This is not a devil worship book, I can tell you that much, because I've read the whole thing myself. And there has been no misinterpretations in this book, but other people like to make up certain misinterpretations about my religion, and I don't like it at all. I call myself the Carnal Crusader not just for Satanic Bible readings and sermons on the Satanic Bible and the Church of Satan itself, but this book has done more for me than I guess whatever the Spectres and DC Comics, man, mind you, could ever do in the world. Of course, the Spectre's all about vengeance. Batman's all about vengeance. I'm not going to talk about vengeance on here today because YouTube won't allow me to talk about seeking vengeance about enemies and whatever you want to discuss it. If I do satanic rituals, it will not be done on camera in front of a live audience because it'll destroy the whole working itself. I cannot do this on a live TV audience. I mean, at all. And as Batman the Satanic Crusader, I have self-proclaimed titles such as the Bat Pope. I got my Bat Pope red and black robe back behind me in my closet. I actually forgot to close my closet, to be honest with you. Always forget to close it because I'm a dope. I'm not going to disclose my location. It is a bedroom, yes. But I'm not going to disclose my exact location to anybody online because people will obviously use that information against me and try to come after me and my friends and family, and I don't want that. So my location must remain in here or in the backyard outside, either or. So I hope I was able to get into more topics, but there's just some things I don't want to talk about, which is like my personal issues and stuff, because people will use the information against me. Now, one more thing I want to discuss about the Satanic Bible before I leave this video again is to not only do a part 2 of my back sermon, but to show off the world why I'm doing this, and do I use my satanic persona at conventions? That's not true. I don't use my satanic persona at conventions. I'll wear the full body costume, yes. But I'll just play the role of Batman. The Adam West Batman in particular. And in the summary, Anton Szandor LaVey, called the Black Pope by many of his followers, Anton LaVey began the road to high priesthood of the Church of Satan when he was only 16 years old, an organ player in a carnival. He even has his quote and his time of which he believed was the Walpurgisnacht, which is a festival for witches. Now then, the big mystery that YouTube has on their mind is Batman the Satanic Crusader a witch and or warlock or magician or such and such, so and so or other? I'm studying to be a warlock. I'm not a warlock yet. I can actually I cannot use the words hope and pray because I'm not part of that religion anymore. But I hope to one day get out of the facility, get in my own place, and start at least one or two rituals by my own hand. Also, the Batman, the Satanic Crusader, will continue his work without the cape and the cowl and the costume and everything else for rituals. I got a black robe and a neophyte hood for my rituals. It's been on the channel too, but I'm not talking about what I'm doing on the channel when it comes to rituals. I will not discuss my doing because, well, there's like one particular reason I can get into on topic on here. Many of you guys may not know this or know this already, but I was a good friend of Joe Winko before he committed suicide. Because his family refused to disclose his grave location, I'm sorry that happened to him, but it's his family's fault. They're in his care now. Well, his body's in their care now. And that's their decision, unfortunately, is the truth. However, Batman the Carnal Crusader is studying to be a warlock. But he's not going to talk about the things he plans on doing when he gets out of the facility because I don't want to end up like Joe Winko. I'm not going to do nothing crazy. I'm not going to do nothing sinister or evil in any way. I just don't want to end up like Joe Winko if I talk about these rituals or these spells on YouTube. Because that's how Joe Winko got cursed, I believed. I think that's why people retaliated against him, putting curses on Joe Winko because of the shit he was confessing to do on YouTube. You're not going to get that on here. The Batman the Carnal Crusader will not use destruction magic. If he were to, I'm not saying I'm going to, but if I were to, I'm not going to talk about that stuff at all. Because it's personal business. But before you ask, no, I will not disclose the practice, the ritual practice. I will not discuss my ritual practice on YouTube. That'll be me to know and for me to know only. Now, you guys are probably wondering where did I get the Carnal Crusader idea? Well, number one was Meta AI, and number two was the Bat pastor who was actually a Christian pastor, but I used my own Batman persona for the excuse me, for the Carnal Crusader. It's not really a bad thing when you think about it. It's actually something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And being the Batman the Carnal Crusader helped me realize that Batman cannot just be used for just crime fighting and neighborhood watch patrols, stuff like that, but Batman can be used for other reasons, not just for cosplay, in my personal opinion. And I got another inspiration from another person who's also, well, not just Joe Winko, but Christopher Lloyd Dennis, who had played Superman on Hollywood Boulevard for like 20 or 25 or so years, who later was found dead in a Chloe donation bin, was also an inspiration for my convention visits. Yes, I said convention visits. I did not say anything about going on Hollywood Boulevard to take pictures with tourists. And as you all are pretty much aware, I'm a heavyset man. Nobody's going to believe that a heavyset man is going to be Batman. Doesn't matter who you are. I may be just a guy in a costume, yes, but as a self-proclaimed satanic priest, I feel the need to educate the world on the Satanic Bible. You may not agree with it. I may not always agree with these sermons in myself, but hey, it's my path. I can do whatever the hell I want with this path. If you don't like it, tough cookie. But I'm not here to piss anybody off, even though some of you probably already are, with my chosen decision to be a Satanic Crusader. Or Carnal Crusader, and to be more technical. The Batman the Carnal Crusader We'll continue to make videos similar to this in the future. Maybe a couple cosplay videos outside and one day in the future, but I can't do that because it's raining outside now, so I can't really do that. So I chose to put the costume on in a much more enclosed setting. And no, this mofo right here is not going to start an OF because OF is a scam site used by, well, I don't want to get into any name calling or piss anybody off who may use OF or may make OF videos, but that is not something I'm into, to be honest with you all is. I know I'm supposed to engage and indulge in lustful acts and lust activities, but when I'm in a full-body Batman suit, I cannot do that. Because if something happens, whoever may forbid that, however that is done, I don't want to get any like personal like stuff on the costume or whatever the fuck I'll call it. I don't want to get anything on the costume, whether it be food stains or condiment stains or whatever the stains may be out there. I don't want to get nothing on the costume for sentimental reasons because I love the Adam West persona. I've always been a fan of the Adam West Batman for many, many years. And I chose this costume in particular from a website that now hates my guts, and they can do whatever the hell they want with me. But they're trying to find my location that's gonna, well, it ain't gonna happen, I have to say. So, as your satanic crusader, I have to say that I will continue to make videos such as this. I will make a con appearance in October. I'm not going to say what days because I want the footage done before I even announce my carnal campaign, I guess you can say. But my carnal campaign will be off the books. What that means off the books is that I'm not going to call myself the Satanic Crusader out in public. I want people to think I'm a normal, genuine Batman. Well, not a normal, genuine, but like just a regular Batman cosplayer. If you guys know what my true name and face looks like, please keep it to yourself. I don't want to get into any arguments. I don't want to get into any BS. Also, if you happen to be a Mormon missionary, please stay the hell away from my lair, please. I'm not interested in anything you have to tell me. Hail Satan. Have a good night.